What's up everybody, my name's Lucas, and welcome back to my The Outer Worlds Let's Play. So, last time we left off, we were boarding, what's the ship called again? Boarding the Groundbreaker. Then we gotta talk to Gladys. She should be able to help us get a nav key to land on the planet that we need to land on.
That's not the point. This hack was just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get you with me again, you little backbait brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this.
Stevedore.
Gonna head to Varus for whiskey and darts. Maybe not that old.
Oh, y'all are all stevedores.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Hello?
Identification, please. Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. You, left it in your other pants? I hear that one a lot. I'd tell you no one's fallen for that line in about 30 years. Then, I'd take the safety off my gun and kindly ask you to move along.
It's a good thing he didn't say that then, right? Right, sir?
Sure, kid. Right.
Yeah, I'll be upfront with him.
You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Yeah, how do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the Promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
I take it this happens a lot?
Just the opposite. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations here.
Surely this must be some sort of mix-up.
They must have a real big bee in their bonnets then. Everyone knows you don't trifle with Groundbreaker if you want to get your goods on time.
If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat. A man named Udom Bedford.
Udom.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Maybe.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling. Much appreciated.
I guess I'll stop
Is
by.
there anything else I can help you with?
Tell me about Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
What can you tell me about Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
So there's tension.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Yeah, I'm glad that y'all give them something to think about.
It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway.
Thanks for the info. See ya.
Be seeing you.
Captain, could I have a moment of your time?
Sure.
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time, while we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
A translator?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Yeah, you know how we can find him?
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Alrighty.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Captain.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
This is it. Security. I can check the departures register to find out which crew the scholar, shipped in and out with.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
Yeah, you got any bounties?
Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is, not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one but 2 officers.
I guess I can see why he's winning.
Dreadful, ain't it? Such blatant disregard for order. It's a real problem in the youth these days. It's true enough that he ain't particularly deadly, but the interest on each fine being compounded as they are means he'll be paying with his life insurance. Only way to cover it. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
I'll see
You
what I
and
can do.
about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Thank you. what are you doing, Purr Buddy? Oh man. Okay, so you want to go and okay.
I'm on my way.
So y'all are gonna stay, right? No, yeah, I need y'all to
Sure.
stop.
I am en route, Captain.
Go ahead and save real quick. Oh,
Keep your sights out, friend.
Nicely done. There it is. Just yet. We have the data cartridge. I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
alrighty, so interesting. Some social stealth.
His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to.
Probably.
Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
Yeah, I think you're holding something back.
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding them. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it? I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Alrighty. Can I do anything with this? Let's see. Apparently not. So we'll see if this. Oh, the scholar's outside this station. He's on Monarch. Okay. Is this person around? Here we go.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
This is pretty cool. Resting go, that's where Gladys is supposed to be.
Can we rent an upstairs room?
Is Halcyon?
Hello?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following. The board would like to request. Anarchists live as one with the animals.
See.
Savage and
What's up, Gladys?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Yeah. Here you're the person to talk to about a nap key.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
That is a lot of bits.
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No qualms here.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why was it abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Alright.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Switch
I
up for
found a
sale.
handsome ceramic mandapillar at a salvage auction last week.
This is Halcyon News.
Alrighty. Sick bay. Back boys. Okay, let's go check out this. The Lost Hope. Restaurant. Pretty cool. What's up, lady?
Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lay gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing. The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it.
I could take a look at it.
Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna get worse. Engineering. Chief Junlei Tennyson, to be precise. She runs this heap. Best she can, anyway. Don't know what's got her dragging
Must be
her
in
heels,
Parvati. You could take a
but
look at
I
that.
wish she'd hurry it up. That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can find Chief Junlei in engineering.
Sounds good.
No, I do not.
You're supposed to say yes. Go on to explain why. I just want to have that conversation.
What's a rare? Of course you do.
What the hell's going on? We were in a holding pattern for 2 hours just to get in.
Comms had to go.
Bells, shells. I'm guessing your weapons. Ooh. Hello.
You know that sound when you snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Alright. Ooh. Plasma rifle. Grenade launcher, holy crap. Heavy machine gun. Automag pistol. Shot cannon. You know what? I'll take this, did I? Can make it a plasma sniper too. You have a workbench by chance? Maybe not. Okay. Nice. Waste disposal. There is anybody I needed to talk to in here, was there?
Wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go?
I'll come back to that. Medical bay, we need to go here.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Hello?
What seems to be the problem? Not without dispensation from Chief Jun Lei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
What do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. Take care.
Alrighty, let's keep heading on.
C&P Borstworth. It's not the worst unless it's Borstworth.
Sublight salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for?
I wonder if they've got any jobs here. Do I want to use this? Everybody on.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers.
You the one flying the unreliable?
Tobias.
Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door.
Has she been?
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
Uh-huh. What's up, Miss Lilia?
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down.
Uh-huh.
Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor.
Guess it's good I didn't say that I was Hawthorne.
Boat of his anywhere. I didn't ask. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Just like in serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the rest and go might have what you need.
I'll talk to her.
If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down. Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities.
Right. So you're pirates.
Your words, not mine. Very. I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets. Grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one.
Okay.
Ask. I have nothing to hide. Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Alrighty.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one?
I know what tossball was. I'm guessing it's very similar to baseball. Spratwurst. Mike's Armory. Ike's Armory, sorry. I'm guessing you're the armor guy?
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor. Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons. For those times you have to repel boarders, but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Makes sense. I do need some armor for Max. Let's see. Let's get you this and this. Holy crap. There you go. You're like a freaking space marine.
Go back to Byzantium, you old pervert bastard. Information leading to the capture of
No one wants you on Groundbreaker.
Organized, efficient, compass.
Hello.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged
Oh.
coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable.
You.
A vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
Easy.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I guess it's yours now if you're captaining it. It's a game we play, he and I. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells. He tells me he will soon. I impound his ship. He explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go.
Uh-huh.
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go...
Easier than expected.
Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Yeah, why do you think I'd know anything?
Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table? That's... well, that's just terrible news. Oh, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
I'm good. See ya. Alrighty, I think that will do it for that part. Next time we will go talk to Junior Tennyson and see if we can get the radiators fixed. And yeah, so I'll see you all in the next part. See ya.